think about what you did.
Nobody makes it to the end of these things. Come on.
The Broken Agenda Podcast. Sponsored by Laughing Rock Technology.
I think that's one of the coolest conversations I've ever been involved in.
No, my favorite Billy moment was when he told me he had the greatest omelet ever. And I was like, oh, yeah, how'd you make it? And he goes, well, you got to start with 2 ostrich eggs. And I go, come again, sir? And he goes, yeah, I had them imported from Australia or wherever. I don't know where the hell ostriches come from, but they shipped them to me. I'm like, you had ostrich eggs shipped in just to make omelets? And he's like, you don't?
We dropped one of these puppies off the roof of the bakery. And my brother and I just see it smash.
See, this is
amazing.
This right here is
Wow,
why America
it's like a
has
bomb.
America has too much money. This is the problem. They're importing ostrich eggs to throw them off of their personal bakery.
That's a first. That's an odd story off the wall.
Oh, it's gonna get weird, man. This is gonna be a weird show.
So are the ostrich eggs, do they taste the same as chicken eggs?
Yeah.
They're just like 10 times bigger.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. So was was it an egg eat off? Like, was it like a challenge? If I was going to have an omelet
didn't make any challenges, but my brother ended up, I smashed my egg, and he got one too, and so he cooked his, and he fed like his neighbors and people for like 3-4 days.
Really? Wow.
It was like Jesus.
Wow.
He turned one egg.
Like, how big is a yolk? Like,
That's
the yolk.
Big, so like the yolk's like
Yeah, wow.
that's fair.
Can I ask?
Crazy.
You don't have to answer this. How much does an ostrich egg cost? Like, is that like hundreds?
It
of
wasn't
dollars?
primitive.
It really wasn't that much.
No.
I mean,
I remember it being expensive though.
okay.
I think I'd like to have ostrich eggs
You
with
can get one
ostrich
just
sausage for breakfast.
Just
you know?
a painting for Easter.
Like an
A
ostrich.
couple ostriches.
Ostrich meat with my eggs, you know?
I feel like ostrich meat
Like
costs more.
ham,
But I feel
ostrich ham.
Like, look, everybody knows the more expensive the meat or the egg, the more delicious it is. Okay?
I mean, just to paint it for Easter, how cool it'd be if
Yeah.
Sonia came down like, oh
Wow,
my God,
yeah.
Daddy, look at that egg.
That actually would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be
It's
pretty
like,
cool.
what, $50?
And imagine you can make some killer egg sandwiches with that. Then just freaking slice it and that's like good to go,
Imagine
dude.
hard boiling that.
Work out
I just
perfect.
want to poach it and turn it into a mattress.
I think
And
we
I can
should.
sleep on it.
I think we should get an ostrich eggs and cook it on the show.
Oh my God, can we do that? He's got. Flip over to this.
Hard boil it and then
Hold
red
on.
beat it.
Tyler's got. What is the
Red beet ostrich egg.
A red beef.
Floats Country or
Is that
something
made
like
up?
that?
Is this
No,
real?
course not.
no, this is
You
real.
in there?
We'll
Okay.
go right now.
Okay, so it's a float.
What's the cost?
Depends on what you want. If you want.
$75 for a super.
I want the big one.
An ostrich egg for
That's what I'm
eating.
talking about.
Okay, so not all of them are for eating. What are they? Which ones
No
are not
way.
for eating?
I feel like I want to order ostrich eggs.
They're
dude.
not giving me any that. They're not giving me any like relatives. Oh, there we go. Some flowers next to the. Okay, so I got the scale here. Just trying to figure out.
Jumbo 85.
What's the
Yeah, the
difference?
ones we got the big ones, so they're like the size. They're the huge.
That's awesome.
Let's see what a large
feel
looks
like-
like.
I want to
Big
keep
stone.
it and put it under a heat lamp and then raise my own.
So is an ostrich egg healthy?
That's no scale.
Healthier than a chicken?
Are they trying to
Yes.
avoid the most intriguing part of their entire product?
It had to be very similar in
Oh, no,
fat
that's what
cows,
it's
I
old.
imagine.
Oh, that's a
Bird
terrible-
egg,
just
still
take
bird
that.
egg, but
Just
Yeah, I guess it'd be no.
all right. So we're gonna get ostrich eggs for the show. That's a given. Are there any for non-eating, like for throwing or fighting?
But there was some.
well, I threw mine.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, was it a special type of egg? Like, is that,
No,
like,
no, it was just the biggest one they'd sell me.
So it's not full of dynamite or something. It's not
That
like,
was special.
We
that
could-
big.
like you gotta pull the pin and they yell egg out.
Okay, then we'll draw straws, and the loser has to get an ostrich egg broken on his head.
Oh God, that could be a concussion.
No, that's
Guaranteed.
the greatest idea. I've
You
ever
think
heard.
it's?
That's a concussion.
Is it a thick?
Their shells are like that thick.
Oh, really?
That thick.
No, Jimmy's head's hard. He can take it.
You can't take an ostrich egg and like go like that, but you can with a chicken egg. No, it's a beast.
We need like an awl. Like
That's why we slammed it down from like 40 feet off the bakery roof to smash it.
So wait. Do you need like power tools to get through this thing? Like
No, nothing that difficult, but breaking over someone's head might be dangerous.
awesome.
Well, yeah.
Could be awesome, Jimmy. We should do it.
Or very entertaining,
What
to say the
what
least.
I hear, I know what he's trying to say. But what I'm hearing is we should break it from 40 feet up off your head.
Yeah.
So we just need a 40-foot building, then we're guaranteed it'll break
Yeah.
your head, and you'll be fine.
Well, I know one.
I know one too. You know one. We'll do that. You can wear a helmet. That's fine. No, you know what? You can wear a jockstrap. No, none of us are worried about it. But there are things.
Oh,
we're
look at the
worried-
meats they have.
Holy.
This is
They
yeah.
got
This is
jackalope meat.
this is a local place down in Lidditz.
Jackalope
I'll see if they had
brats.
eggs.
Do they have ostrich meat?
That's what I was looking for.
It would be alphabetical. I don't see it.
Mm.
Man, we ate at a
I
restaurant.
Oh, yeah, there, right
Python
there.
spring rolls.
There you go. Ostrich steaks, tenderloins,
what?
patties, and ground.
Wow. Maybe we should start off going there.
Okay, we need to do an on-site recording while we eat ostrich patties. It just sounds delicious. Look at all that dead animal hanging in the background of that picture. Like that's.
Python
I'm
spring
extremely
rolls.
hungry now.
I'm kind of getting a little hungry myself.
Dude, I went to this
I've had
restaurant when I was in Miami.
Red emu.
I forget what the name of it
Yeah,
was,
it's
but it was like
Yeah.
all you could eat meat.
No.
It was all you could eat meat, all kinds of steaks, right? And the chefs come around with a whole, like,
Yeah, it's a Brazilian steakhouse.
I don't know what it was called though,
Yeah,
but
like, was it a chain like Rios?
I think it's a chain.
That would be Rios probably then. Rios.
Man, it was so good.
Oh yeah, it's so good. The trick is there. You got to know which meats because there's some filler meats they bring out. Like if they bring out the pork, skip. Don't fill up on pork. That's a waste. You got to wait for that fillet to come out. That's the sweet.
They had all kinds of different steaks.
Yeah, they have good stuff. The chicken's awesome.
I don't think they brought out any chicken.
No.
Same procedure. We go to Fogo de Chao.
We're gonna do
Oh, you're bringing over this meat? No. Bring over the higher quality.
What's it called?
just
Fogo de Chao.
That's-
It's a Brazilian steakhouse.
I think that's it.
They run around with the meats on
Yep.
the skewers.
I think that's the one.
Hold on. Wait, that's low grade meat? No. Wait for the next guy to
And
be the
you-
high grade.
You've got the little button, the fat guy button that says yes more please or
Yep.
no I'm full.
Yeah.
And you.
I think that was the
They have
restaurant.
one in King of
Is it?
Prussia.
I think that was it.
No, they're good.
Yeah.
They're so good. I love Brazilian
It's been there a few
steakhouse.
times.
Yeah, that was-
Okay, so we definitely got to go here, Tyler. So what is that? Savory gourmet.
Savory Gourmet. It's in Lidditz. It's a shop. You can go buy
Alright.
stuff.
In Lidditz, huh?
Jackalope.
Yeah.
Wow.
What is a jackalope?
It's like
Is
a
that
rabbit.
kangaroo? Oh, it's
I think it's like a rabbit. Yeah.
Well, all right. So what is the difference between an emu and an ostrich?
Emus.
They're just different species of birds. They're similar though.
I think they're in the same class
Are they?
of bird, but they're
Well, isn't that an
Emu's a
emu
good
on Liberty? The emu works for
Yeah.
Liberty Mutual.
I mean, they're big birds. They're
Ostrich
just different
is unemployed.
I gotta be honest. If you put an emu next to an ostrich, I can't.
You
do
wouldn't
one.
know.
I wouldn't. Be
It's
able to
okay.
tell.
You're not a biologist.
How do you know? You don't know me.
I think ostriches are technically bigger.
I love birds.
You.
Yeah, you do actually. What'd you say?
I think ostriches are technically bigger birds.
They are.
In terms of like their
They're the biggest flightless bird.
yeah. They also, fun fact about emus, there was an uprising in Australia where the military had to fight off the emus.
The emus rose up.
Yes, in Australia.
And who won?
We don't know.
I don't worry about the emus. I worry about when the dolphins rose up.
Man,
'Cause
Dolphins?
They're gonna
Yeah.
have sea superiority. Like
Well, if you've seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy,
it's only a matter of time.
they're already ready to leave us.
They're
They know
absolutely-
we fucked this planet.
They're one thumb away. They just don't have thumbs. That's their only downfall. They just can't.
And thanks for all the fish.
It's all right. Let's get this thing going. We have lost all.
I know you're
creative
missing too
control.
many good cuts from me.
It's so I don't even know how far we are in this thing. Oh yeah, the show's basically over.
oh, we got an agenda.
So what's up? Sorry, a little late on the intro here, but today we have an awesome treat for everybody watching. We have William, aka Billy Spannuth, with us today. He is the CFO and co-owner of Unique Pretzel Bakery, or as their website says, Unique Snacks. Welcome, Billy.
That's right.
Welcome.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
I'm glad to have you here. And for anybody that doesn't know who's watching, I wouldn't usually admit to this, but I've known Billy for, Alice, 15 years?
Yeah.
15, right? Let's just call it 30. So 30 years. And
All my
Let's
life.
call it
it's
15.
all of my, I've known him. We were
15 times 2,
exactly.
just in case we're off a little.
But yeah, right. We're not. Mathematically, it doesn't work. We're not as old as you, Jimmy. So, no, but it's been an amazing thing to watch since, because when I met you, you had just started at the bakery, and it's a family business. So I'll let you tell that story. But you had just started there, and then to watch your growth, maybe that's a good place for us to start today. Is
Sure.
the growth over the last, God, I'd say probably 13, 14 years has been massive.
Yeah, so I started with the company in 2004. I was just young 20-something then, coming out of college, my first job, and trying to help a family business. We're like $2 million in revenue, very tiny, small. Working with my dad, with my brother that started there a couple of years before me. So there were a million of things to correct at the beginning.
I have no doubt.
So, as you're growing a company and understanding what the business is, there was a lot of work to do at the beginning.
Well, and you're seventh generation, right? Sixth or seventh?
I'm sixth.
You're sixth. Your son's seventh.
Yep.
So you had 100 years worth of different ideas.
Wow, that's
all
crazy.
coalescing into one business.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we're very old, but really the business we're in now is not very old. I mean, we were making soft pretzels. We were hand rolling and hand making soft pretzels for quite a few years, from the 1900s to the 1950s. And not till the 1950s did we start to make some hard pretzels and what our grandfather called butter pretzels. And not till the 1970s and 80s did we start making a split, the idea of a split. An actual
Oh wait, so
dark
Split's
pretzel.
only like 40 years old?
They're very new.
So
Yeah.
basically brand new.
So there was a lot of change that happened there, and then my father was able to reproduce really what we could do out of a garage, a tiny garage that was a crap oven, circular oven, and everything we were doing, to a mass production line, and that was the biggest challenge.
Wait, that was your dad or your grandfather?
My dad.
Your dad did that?
Yeah.
No way, Bill Sr. All right.
Yep.
I
So-
didn't realize he was the one that
So
That
5
made
years.
that really successful. It's
Interesting.
my dad.
So
Okay.
5 years deep, it was still a business out of a
Five
garage,
generations.
or five generations deep. It was still operating out of a small.
Yeah, practically.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it was just not a successful business that was making a ton of money. It was just Germans making soft pretzels and doing what they needed to do to survive and sell.
And we all
You
know
know.
about Germans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 What do you know about Germans?
We don't want
Absolutely nothing. I know that the Kaiser rolled.
They lost-
the Kaiser Wilhelm. That's all I know.
They lost a world war, I think. I know that they stayed in Alaska and they took over a valley in Alaska. There's
All right, so wait, just to be clear, the only thing you know about Germans is they stayed in a valley in Alaska.
yeah.
Expand your German knowledge.
So there was an
And
airdrop.
I hate the cold.
Well,
There-
you weren't one of those Alaskan Germans.
They were invading the states from through Alaska, and then they got word that the war was over, and they stayed in Alaska, and they created this German valley. So I want to go see it. I can't remember the name of the town, but so it's like an authentic German town in the
There could
middle
be
of
pretzel
Alaska. That could be.
Could be.
I bet they would like
Either
your.
pretzels or schnitzel.
I bet they need to have splits there. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
There
that's a
you go.
market you want to
Expand
go
that
after.
distribution to that tiny town that'll
Yeah.
buy 12 pretzels. In Alaska.
No,
You
it's
gotta do it.
it's apparently
He's
a
a bitch.
Chip means a bitch. Well, it's got to go by sled dog. it's
FedEx, what's your husky charge?
I don't know, 47 biscuits. All right, so $1 to $2 million when you got on board. What are you guys at now?
We're about 20.
Woo,
So
baby!
that's a nice growth in selling pretzels.
So that's
You know,
10 to
you're selling-
20% increase in sales since William Spannuth Jr. joined the team.
And
your brother.
And certainly my brother. I mean,
And,
he's
and
played
your,
this
and
bigger
your brother's
part.
name is Justin. Justin is awesome.
Yep.
And we'd love to have him on sometime too. But so the delineation there. So you guys, the two of you run the bakery now, essentially.
Correct. Yep.
Justin's running operations and basically the bakery and everything else, and you're running sales, distribution, and finance. Is that how it spreads out?
That's
or-
pretty close. Frankly, we probably cover 80% of all the jobs between the two of us.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know, I have strengths in maybe finance areas. He doesn't. He has strengths in maybe operation areas. I don't.
Okay.
But besides that, I mean, 80% is what we meet up and cover, which is great because when I'm on vacation for a month, you know, I need him to cover and vice versa. So.
You only come back and there's only 20% of the things he couldn't do.
And there's only a 10% chance
Not
of that.
50.
my favorite ever though is when the first time I was ever hanging out in their office, Justin reaches underneath the desk and he pulls out a Bud Light and he goes, "Beer?" And I was like, "Yes." So he hands me a beer, and then when it gets empty, he reaches under his desk and he goes, "Beer?" And I was like, "Yes." And I'm like, "What are you reaching into?" Yeah, they have a beer fridge and they share an office. So instead of having two separate offices, the two senior people at the
We've worked
bakery-
together forever. We
And-
sit right next to each other every day. We have a massive office. Well, not massive, but I mean a big
It's
office.
pretty big. But it's
big desks, and we sit next to each other, and we have for over 15 years.
And they have a beer fridge right in the middle.
And one day, one of you said, "Dude, it'd be really cool if we had a beer fridge right here."
Yep, it's phenomenal. It's a great office. Really.
So how long has the beer fridge been there?
Well, it's been replaced a few times.
Yeah.
How long is the beer? Let's talk about the beer fridge.
Every time it gets bigger. I don't know why. It keeps getting bigger.
All right, so you guys did a ton of growth. You and Justin really took it to the next level. How? Like, how did you guys do it? Like, how did
That's
you make
funny.
That?
That's funny when I think about that. Coming from college and what I was doing as a financial advisor.
Don't get back too far. Sorry.
Gotcha. Though the first few years were just pound the phones and who can we call and what food distributors can we look up and just everything we could to solicit and market our product to everybody. And we put together, folders of information and sell sheets and what we can do and suggested pricing all the way through to the grocery store and glossy sheets we had done up of the pretzels and why our split is the best fucking pretzel. It is,
And
really.
it really is.
Which is a big reason why we were able to grow it. But, we did everything we could to just reach as many distributors and food companies and say, hey, we're here, taste our product, sending out tons of free product. And within 5 years of doing that, I would say at that point we had already doubled it. That worked so successfully already there that we were growing.
So you really did it just by banging on the phones. Wow.
Yeah. I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah. Now, is your biggest still Kroger?
No.
No, is it Walmart?
Do you mean grocery store?
Yeah.
In size by
distribution.
product or
I guess distribution.
distribution?
channel.
Yeah. UNFI.
UNFI. Who do they sell
And now
to?
KE is actually catching up to.
I've never heard of KE. I've heard of UNFI.
They're a similar nationwide distributor. KE.
Okay, so they're feeding all the grocery stores.
Those two compete in almost everything.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Now, Walmart doesn't work through them. You have a separate deal with Walmart.
Not all the time.
Okay.
They might have they want you to come direct because they want to save money.
Okay.
Perhaps. Yep.
So who was the first distributor? So you're working the phones. You're sitting there just drinking Bud Light, banging the phones. Who was the first one that said yes? Like when you guys got into real distribution.
I don't even remember that, to be honest.
Are you serious? You think you'd have
I wouldn't even remember that.
I would have think that would have been when they bought the beer fridge, right?
Because they let the beer fridge go.
But you gotta
Dude, we
realize that
got the count, man. I got a beer fridge today.
when it comes into selling snack foods that end up in a grocery store, first of all, when the distributor decides to carry you, eventually, it could be a month or 2 or 3, it could be another 6 to 12 months till the store that they service says we have room for you to planogram. So nothing is quick. There's no instant, I just landed an account and boom, we're making money. No.
So just because
all slow, and it's just a slow buildup, but it keeps rolling.
So just because you're in
Rolling
the
and
catalog
rolling.
doesn't mean the stores want you.
Exactly.
Or willing to make.
And it takes time. So, yeah. But you just keep working it and it happens.
How much do you sell on Amazon? Do you guys do much on Amazon?
We do.
Yeah.
That's been growing for years and years, and we're getting better at that. We're now doing about $2 million on Amazon. We're actually looking to get into helping other small companies that don't know how to navigate the beginning of you getting on Amazon and Seller Central, Vendor Central, how you want to sell on their platform. They have many different ways, what the rules are, what the charges are, because they charge you.
Oh yeah.
So we are now looking to also be advisors for other small snack companies that want to have someone else manage their Amazon accounts. And we're doing it for one company now. We discussed started about a year ago, and we're doing it for a sauce company now. And we're trying to grow that portfolio and expand our business by helping other companies do
That's
that.
the thing you do, I'm assuming, for a fee, right? That's not a free
Correct.
service. Okay, makes sense.
No, I don't do anything for free, Craig.
Capitalism. Nothing's free, baby.
I've done too much stuff for free, I guess, over the
Yes,
years.
absolutely you have. I think I yelled at you once. I got drunk and was like, stop doing stuff for free. And you were working for me at the time, and I was yelling at you. I was like, don't do it for free.
Buddy, I was just helping you out, man.
No, charge me. Nothing's free.
I don't remember that, but
That's why you were drunk too, so it works out. All right, so here's what I really want to talk about. So we've been doing in the last, I don't know, how many podcasts have we done on inflation and all the economic turmoil we're dealing with. It's probably been the last 5 have at least touched on it.
Yeah.
It seems like we're not going to be able to get away from this as long as we're talking to business people. But you guys did awesome through the shutdowns and through the U.S. COVID response and through everything that's happened over the last 2 years. Was there any, like, how did you guys...
How did we do that?
How did you do it? Yeah.
Well, here's the first way we did it. We were considered a necessity. Because frankly, if you're not, you were just fucked by the rules.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, if you weren't considered that you had to run, they're going to
It
shut you
shuts
down.
down. Yep.
But we were a food company, and so they're okay, you're a necessity.
I love how snack foods are a necessity, but gyms have to be closed.
People
In
need
a
their
health pandemic,
snacks.
Don't work out, just eat
Yeah,
pretzels and sit
yeah.
still. Sorry,
Yep,
go
that's
ahead.
right. So that was a plus. And what's funny is when that spiked, we had Amazon. We had a record month, which we never hit yet since back in that April.
Really?
When COVID hit, I mean, it spiked so high that we didn't have the manpower to even fulfill what we had to fulfill.
Oh, wow.
And it was crazy. I mean, we just were pumping out. And all the grocery stores were pumping out product because no one can go to the restaurants to eat anymore. I mean, no one wants to go out anywhere. So everyone's just buying more from the grocery stores, and we were just seeing the huge increase in our sales of product. And Amazon was a huge one also. But so, I mean, we did a fabulous year of volume in that growth. Now, the issue was we didn't have enough staff. And so we had to start, we shut down our retail shop, which is a tiny little store. It doesn't do a lot of money.
No.
But at holiday times, great money. So it's like, all right, well, it's not really doing a lot anyway. And with the COVID rules of are you allowed to have people come in and we had to shut that down, fine. So we turned that into our hiring base. So we had interviews and we had people flocking in and say, hey, come on in. And we had tables set up and we started hiring basically anybody off the fucking street that wanted to, work.
Yeah.
And that's how we were able to staff because we needed so many more bodies instantly.
Now,
we needed like 15 more bodies, 20 more bodies instantly. That's how much we
Were you-
ramped it up that we needed more hours and more overtime.
So this was above and beyond what you were running in 2019. This was additional
Yep.
human capital that you needed, not
Yep.
just replacement of people that were leaving.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Additional. It was neat, and but along with that, all these new codes and violations and programs and procedures that we had to put in place, and spending $20,000 on these eye readers that can check your temperature when you look into it to make sure you don't have COVID, and all the masks and everything we had to buy because of COVID. Quite an expense. I mean, really.
Did it offset? Like, did you make enough to cover
No,
it?
we
or-
did fine.
Okay.
But I can imagine that there's a lot of companies that maybe didn't do as fine and just, that's a big budget wallet hit.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's amazing what they want you to spend money on to make sure you're, COVID test, you got to do this, you got to do that. And now if they're for this many days, now we had to pay these people COVID pay. And it was crazy because you're not a large company. You don't have people that are experts in this field, and we had to learn about so what are we legally supposed to pay this person? How do we payroll that they're getting partial COVID pay and we're covering that? And it's a lot of crap.
That sounds insane. That sounds absolutely insane. Well, I mean, so were you having problems with the employee? So now you've got employee availability issues with people being out because of COVID. You've got employee availability issues because of the fact that you have massive orders because everybody's at home. Were you also having turnover? Like, was that happening at the same time, or were people pretty much staying in place? Like, were they working?
Midway.
Yeah.
Some
Half
people
and
who
half.
want
1
to
week
take
on,
the
1
COVID
week
pay
off.
and be out.
Okay.
You have those people.
Was that a net good though? You got rid of some of the schlubs? Or?
You still need them.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, fair enough.
So, it really wasn't, but
He's being
political. I know.
Yeah.
He's trying to say they were losers and we're glad they're gone without saying they were losers. I get it. You know what? Wink, wink, nod,
he's
nod.
not.
Don't worry, we're not recording this.
He's not acting right on. He's not acting right on the show.
Look, what he's trying to say is we murdered them. Okay, so we wouldn't have to pay him. And I understand. That's why you have a big piece of property. You got to bury the body somewhere.
What do you think about doing the landfill?
Nice.
Put them
So-
in they worked in the that's a new room, the 130-degree room.
That
They
would
set
be-
up shop in
that
there.
would
Yeah,
be
your
the
office is
worst way.
we're gonna move your office over to here.
There's Soylent pretzels. They're made of people.
Do you realize that you had that on my development website like 15 years ago?
Wait, what did I have?
Soylent? You did.
Did I
That's one
really?
of the flavors. Is a joke. You remember that?
I do
you
not.
don't.
Oh my gosh. It's look, 15 years is a long time and I drink a lot, so you can't expect me. Look, I know this morning I had breakfast. Actually, I'm not 100% sure.
Which I thought was hilarious, by the way.
I thought it was funny. I do remember. Just don't want to admit to it. Liability issues. Soylent pretzels, man. You know, all that has proven is that my humor has not developed in 15 years. I'm still telling the exact same jokes. It's sad as hell. I need to
Well, you're
get
just
through.
you're just refining them. You know, they get better and better
Well,
every
they keep
time.
making new people, so I figure I'm just gonna tell them to younger people.
Yeah.
They don't know. They haven't seen it. It's new.
No, no.
It's like what is that? Fridays on NBC or ABC. What do they call that? I forget.
It's only a rerun if you saw it before,
That's right. That's right. All right. So moving. How much time do we have here in this segment? We've got. Oh, we're tight. All right. So I'm going to start something we may have to carry over here because we got to take a break. But I really want to get into, because this is affecting anybody who has anything to do with business, supply chain. And I know you guys are getting hit. I'm not 100% sure how.
Oh, yeah.
But what are the things that are killing you guys? Like, is it wheat? Is it salt? Is it yeast? I don't know. Like, what is it?
Well, the funny thing is, wheat is an issue only because of the Ukraine-Russia issue.
Okay.
The amount of wheat that they produce is a huge percentage of the global population of wheat.
It's like
Who knew?
20%, isn't it, or something?
Who knew?
10, 20%?
You know, it's like, Christ.
So have you?
So that has affected our flour price tremendously.
But you can still get it. It's just a price
Yeah,
issue.
exactly.
Okay.
I can still get it from our local supplier that we've always been buying from forever, but it's just 50% more.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's come back down. It's probably only 20% more. But I mean, that was a big hiccup because I can't charge 50% more. A pretzel's 95% flour, so when my price of flour goes up
Basically
50%.
doubling your cost of production.
And I can't charge my distributors in the grocery stores 50% more today. Nope, that's a 3, 6, 9, 12-month process. So I got to swallow and figure out how to deal with that hiccup of losing that money till then. Oil was another issue. Oil jumped up, and it was trouble finding sunflower oil. And you can change oils, and so we went to a program where, okay, so maybe when on the back of the bag, instead of just saying we use sunflower, canola, soybeans,
Slash,
and or
gotcha.
and or anything I can get.
Okay, gotcha.
That's what it ends up being.
But now you got to change your bag.
But exactly, yep.
Yeah.
So it was very difficult dealing with all these problems.
Well, did you see at this latest the inflation bill that just passed? Part of the bill is paying farmers not to farm, and I think
We need food shortages. We got to pay these
Well,
guys.
what was the reason?
We got to pay the food
the reason
people
was they're very
to sit at
concerned
home
about
now.
allowing land to rest, which any farmer worth their salt always lets their land rest.
Where they
because-
rotate the crops, you mean?
Yeah, rotating
Yeah.
the crops, but they're now telling farmers what crops they can rotate.
Yeah.
And when they can't rotate.
Yeah.
So they're micromanaging the farming process.
Yeah, they're paying for a food shortage now.
And they're essentially
Yeah.
saying,
Hey, we need you guys
what
to
food's being made?
Yeah, we need you guys to slow down. Just sit at home and we'll pay you because we need this food shortage thing because we got to drop that in the news here shortly. You
that
know,
is
we got to.
not what I was saying, but
Sorry,
I'm not.
That sounds like a conspiracy theory right there.
That's a different episode.
it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
I mean,
Well, the thing with that is, we're going off topic here, but the thing with that is, farming's a generational skill, right? Like, I can't go out and farm. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I understand theoretically how farm works, but I also understand theoretically how an internal combustion engine works. But I can't fix my own car. Like, there's a big difference between theoretical and reality. I don't know how you micromanage a farmer.
Haven't they done that forever with subsidies and stuff? Like,
Not like this. Like, this
Not
is
in this
a
sense?
different thing. So usually with subsidies, what they're doing is they're allowing you to farm, and they're buying excess to keep prices stabilized, or they're subsidizing growing certain types of crops as long as it fits within your rotational process. So if you just
to keep you in business, essentially.
Yeah, to help you. If you just grew soy,
not every
on
farmer
land,
can even understand how to run their business profitably. They just know what they're doing, but they don't know the rest of the economics of it.
Now what they're doing, instead of helping them be successful so we have food, now they're telling them what to do.
Okay.
So they're basically saying, you can't grow soy this year. And they're like, well, I'm the number one soy producer for the soy industry in the United States. And they're like, well, we'll still pay you.
Here, take a vacation.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
wheat is a huge part of that.
Another issue is, though, even transportation and fuel costs have made it terrible for distributing all the snacks, which weigh light. They're barely weighing anything, so you're just paying for this fucking heavy truck to drive.
Now, how do you guys pay them? So you subcontract that out, right? You don't have
we don't have any trucks, so we're paying distribution.
And their prices are going up in real time.
But right, they have more costs because everything's expensive, and not only that, but just because of the prices of inflation with the fuel costs and with some of the ingredients that we use to make pretzels, we've had to delay products and projects that we've had working for a year and a half, 2 years now, that we didn't get off the ground yet because of the drastic change that happened to some other companies that we're trying to work with to do some things for this new project, and now it's getting out of line and out of bounds, and we realize, oh geez, now when I bring this product out, I'm going to be here in my retail, and that's not making sense today. And when I started a year and a half ago, everything made sense. So we've already shit canned some projects and have delayed some projects because it's become unaffordable for the companies we've been working with due to fuel, due to prices, and it's like,
if I'm not supposed to ask this, just tell me to shut up. But can we ask what projects? Like, is there anything? And if it's trade secret or
no,
something,
I can't tell you on the
fair
air.
enough. That's fine. We get that a lot. That's fine. I'm just gonna take it personal.
I think that's the first time we got that.
No, the Boston boys told me quite a few times I can't.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did.
They
Yeah,
told me
yeah.
to shut my fat mouth. But that's never his tax.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
I'm only a little salty, much like the lightly salted pretzels from you.
We'll just wait for. We'll just do another. Another 10 episodes. We'll have him back.
We will, but you know what? Because now I'm a little pissed. Bringing back Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree because I'm a little offended. I wasn't really bothered.
Don't worry.
I wasn't really bothered, but
he's been heading it up.
I know.
now that
I
you're,
know he will.
now that
I
you're,
at least maybe get you drunk enough to tell me that guy's a steel trap. Hey, I hate to do this. We got to take a break. We got to have some people sell some stuff so we can make some money. But we will be back in just a moment with more William Spannuth, Billy, aka Billy from Unique Pretzels, and we'll be right back.
The Broken Agenda Podcast. Sponsored by Laughing Rock Technology.
the big O. Who came up with the big O?
Big O.
Well,
Showed
the
Billy
fun
your
was
O
it
face.
fit over a beer bottle.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I never realized that.
Oh, can we open
Original
that?
sourdough craft beer pretzel.
Hold on, can you open that?
Fit
and
over
pull
your
one-
craft beer.
Pull one on his beer.
Wow, so you could set up beers and throw pretzels at it and ring the beer like playing the rings.
It's-
Well, that's just wonderful.
I never wanted that game.
Can you put it on my White Claw?
That's wonderful.
That doesn't work at all. That's
They gotta come out with a special version.
Did you just call me a sissy?
Hey, look.
I don't even know what that means.
That's right.
That's right, I am a sis now.
The unique O.
Was that bad? I don't know.
So that's really why you did the O, so it would fit on the beer.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to tell you. So what do you guys do?
That's why we made the shape. The artist into making a great pretzel, it doesn't matter what fucking shape it is. Right?
Yeah, right. I agree.
Why
But
not make it a great pretzel and make it fit around a beer
yeah.
bottle?
Well, once you make the great pretzel, then you get creative with the shape, right?
Exactly.
All right, so you were saying there was another pretzel, a non-unique pretzel that you had liked at one point, but not anymore because they're gross compared to unique.
I think it's.
Say the name.
Shouldn't I say it?
No, don't say the name.
Be like, you're right.
No, we don't give advertising.
It's the big fat sourdoughs.
Oh yeah, I know which ones you're talking about. Those are so much better. Those are so much better. You know what it is about those? There is a coating. I don't know what it is. There's like a powder coating they put on them, on the unique sourdoughs, that has like a hoppy taste to it. That almost is like it's meant to go with beer. It's like I don't know what it is. It's phenomenal.
We put hops in the pretzel.
That's
what I thought.
All right, there you go.
Do you?
Hops.
Yeah, we do.
And this pretzel?
Yeah.
It's
It's
hops
a
in this
very
pretzel.
astute palate.
Well,
which,
yeah.
which kind of hops?
Look, I'm a pretzel sommelier. Okay.
I don't know.
As well as bacon
I don't know
and generally just anything greasy.
specifically.
French fries. I'm a French fry
If you
sommelier.
listen in the ingredients, the hops.
That's ridiculous. All right, so we order every month. We order a box, like a case of
Just
pretzels
hops.
Unique for the office.
We do.
You can find quite a few.
I grow
Those-
hops. I have hops.
I will tell you right now.
We could put clop hops in there.
Clop hops. That's gross. I don't even know that.
I have
What part of you does that come from?
clop hops.
You know what? Don't answer that.
Is that flip flops?
Yeah, I don't know where this is
I'm thinking I'm going to make some clopsicles too.
I don't want to talk about this. anymore.
Popsicles.
I don't like any of this. I'm very uncomfortable right now. So, we order a case of pretzels from Unique every month. The sourdoughs are gone in the first week. Every week. That's the first thing the guys like. They're like what is it? What locusts? They're like locusts. The next hottest are probably the standard splits, but those aren't the ones I like. I like the extra dark.
That's my favorite growing up.
Really?
little kid,
I
yep.
love the extra dark. The extra dark and the Sprouteds are good. I don't know. You want to tell us about the Sprout? Like, what was the genesis behind the Sprouted? Because I think those are the most unique you guys do. Is that
Yeah.
multigrain? That's multigrain.
They're down there.
Multigrain's really good. Don't get me wrong. That's one of
Spread over there.
yeah. That's
Um,
right here. Yeah.
Somebody reached out to us back in like 2007 about sprouted flour grain.
Okay.
And a process where they could take the grain and germinate it, and it becomes almost a vegetable instead. And then you mill it, dry it, mill it, and make flour out of it.
Okay.
And we were like, it's intriguing. It's like, yeah, that sounds neat and it sounds healthy. And they're saying how, all the vitamins and everything you get when that grain sprouts compared to when it's just a grain at the beginning. We're like, okay, we'll try it. So they were sending us flour batches and samples and stuff to try. And we liked what it was making. And we're like, yeah, let's try it. Now, the only issue was their flour, because it's not just done like it's normally done, required so much extra attention and money that, instead of paying, back then, instead of paying 12 cents a pound, you're probably paying $1 a pound.
Holy. Okay. So we're talking a big shit.
it's a big different world.
Okay.
Sprouted pretzels are not regular pretzels. If
Okay.
you want that health benefit, you got to pay for it.
I will say.
But
they
most people
taste-
don't know what even sprouted is. So if they don't know, they're not going to pay that extra money. So we struggle with trying to educate people why sprouted flour is so much healthier for you and what it is for those health markets. But,
Okay.
it's been a challenge.
So it's much more healthier for you. It's that much healthier.
Yep.
Really, what you need to do is you need to send your wife out on a tour, because whenever I hang out with Stacy,
She has celiacs.
oh, I know, and she will beat me over the head with sprouted pretzels until I eat them, telling me that it's the only thing she eats snack food wise. I think, right? Like that's it. Sprouted pretzels, and that's it. Because she's very.
She
conscious
can't
of
eat
her
sprouted
diet.
pretzels either
Oh, really?
because they're only really 93% gluten free.
Okay. And she has it severe.
So if someone like you, yeah, you can handle it.
I'm 70
Big guy.
I can handle anything. It's just most people can't handle what happens to me afterwards. But I can handle anything because I'm a man and I have biceps. All right. Well, I do love those. The originals are obviously a classic. I think the most underrated of all, and everybody loves the shells. The shells are phenomenal. The most underrated of all of them, though, that I don't know that a lot of people even know you guys do, is the chocolate.
Chocolate.
So
I
chocolate.
never have a unique chocolate.
No, they're so.
No?
You want me to open them for you? You want to try one?
Oh my god.
And I never had a sprout either.
That's
These
not-
are the originals are my
Get
favorite.
down to climb.
And the
Have a sprout.
dorks.
There you go. Sprout it up.
A sprout
The
is.
sprouts are good. The chocolates are amazing. And personally, I love that. Why don't you be louder right in front of the mic?
I actually brought for you.
Just do that for me.
This is just for you. It's not mass resale.
You have my two
the
favorite
sprouted
things.
shells in dark chocolate.
Wait, that's not for resale?
No. I had my chocolate guy make me some with my.
Well, then why wouldn't you just put my face on it? Like, like make it with me like this.
No,
Like,
it's just
it's-
not that easy.
I can't open it now. It's a special box given to me by Billy William Spannuth. Like,
I have more.
You have more? Okay, then I'm
You made a
gonna-
meat case.
Then I'm gonna eat the crap out of them.
These
'Cause
are
they
pretty
sound
good.
delicious.
I like the
Those are
sprouts.
nice. And then some of the dips of the weird crap we get into.
Hold on, but my favorite dip is this one, the honey mustard.
That's just a dessert dip. I'm not sure why we sell it, but we do.
What is that? Salt and caramel? I've never had that one.
Did you
this,
make
this
that?
This is the one I can't get enough of. If that opens up in my presence,
The sweet honey mustard.
the sweet honey mustard is so good.
Are these your
I don't know if
recipes
you've
as
ever
well?
tried the top.
I haven't.
I think you would love
The
that.
mustard dips yet. I don't know about these. Sweet.
I've never had the dessert ones, but some of here. Get out of here, pretzel shells. We've got what is this? Wasabi. mustard.
Wasabi, I was gonna say, I
What
can
the-
see that.
Ooh, it
That's
says an Eastern kick. So like what, Boston. Is that what it's wasabi from Boston? Is that Eastern?
Depends how far east you're going.
Maybe like Cadillac Mountain in Maine. Fair enough. What else we got here? German mustard, classic, smooth and savory. It says right on the bottom.
yeah, we're gonna have to have a pretzel party when we
Oh,
shut down.
we're gonna eat the heck out of pretzels after this. We're gonna ruin all of this.
Yeah.
I didn't get this fat by not eating, so we gotta do this. No, I gotta be honest. We actually had we had an office manager. She's our office manager, and she was a big fan of one of your competitors. And she
Sturgis?
I don't say names on this show. I only talk about Unique.
I assume.
It is
'Cause
not.
that's
It is
typically.
not Sturgis.
Really?
No, it was. Can I say the name?
Yeah.
Okay, it was Snyder. She loved the fat Snyder pretzels.
Whatever.
Which is the ones I think you were talking about.
Are they the sourdoughs, the big sourdoughs?
Yeah, the big fat. No, not the sourdoughs. Just the regular big fat. Maybe they were sourdoughs.
I don't know. I don't really know who
But they
makes
come
them.
in a tub, and she loved buying. I think she liked pretzels in tub form,
I think it's just those pretzels.
and she loved those pretzels.
Yeah.
And I banned her. I said, "No more. We're a Unique family,
Yeah.
and we only buy Unique."
Yes.
And she said, "Well, I won't. I don't think I'll like them."
Yeah,
and
no.
I was like, "Have you ever had them?" And she's like, "I don't think so." So we filled the entire kitchen with Unique pretzels, and she started stealing bags. Like it took like 2 weeks, and next thing I know, bags start missing, and Deb's like, "I've been taking them home." And I'm like, "All right, there you go." So you won her over,
Good.
but it's amazing brand loyalty. That's the thing that blows my mind. Like, people will.
I'm
just
willing to try something else. Just
Yes.
what I like, I know. I'll buy.
Yep. And they'll do it regardless of what people say or what they hear. It's amazing.
But you think about it. I mean, think about different things your parents bought when you were a kid in the grocery store, and now you just buy because
Yep.
you liked it, and you're not willing to even worry about trying something different.
You mean like Pathmark brand pasta? That's all we ever did. It said Pathmark right on it. Is that even a company? I don't think it is. I think I may be dating myself.
I ate San
Pathmark was
Giorgio. San Giorgio was
Yeah,
the
Pathmark
pasta.
it was the store brand.
Yeah.
We didn't have any name brand stuff. We weren't allowed to have that. We had like Yummy O's. Those were Cheerios for poor people. We had that.
Yummy
They were
O's.
delicious. We had Pathmark brand pasta.
I had powdered milk.
Oh, powdered milk. The
great.
kids these days
But
don't
that brand
understand.
loyalty, it goes up from generation to generation.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
I buy the same Heinz. I buy the same French's mustard my dad bought when I was a kid. I buy the same tuna fish.
Golden's
I buy
brown
the
and
same
spicy.
Hellman's. It's funny how you grow into that. So it's like
Well, you trust.
you got to hit the kids young
Yeah,
if you want to change them onto a different brand.
that's how communism works.
Yeah.
Get them in school.
That's a really unique approach, huh?
Communist. All right. Anyway, back on track. So, all right. So we talked about supply chain. We talked about the shutdowns and all that baloney. Tell me about inflation. So what's
It's
going on?
high.
Is it killing you guys?
Yeah. Well, no, it's
No?
killing you guys at the grocery store.
So you guys are able to increase prices. Like it's
We've
carrying-
gotten prices through. And we've had 2 major price increases that have been giant
really.
to handle it, but people are still buying the bags. So
Well, I mean, when everything goes up 30%,
Exactly.
40%,
Ride the wave.
You don't feel
Exactly.
it. Like, yeah,
Ride the wave.
we made the biggest mistake ever. We decided we were going to help with inflation and not raise prices this year.
Yeah.
And we're getting our teeth kicked in.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to hold strong and not raise prices all through 2022.
I tried to help my tenants and not raise prices, but hey, I guess the hammer's got to come down at some time.
At some point, you got to. Well, I mean, everything else, you're getting hit from every side. I
Yeah.
mean, there's only so much you can absorb before you're losing money.
No.
Is that something? Now we've talked to financial experts. You're kind of a financial expert. I mean, you worked on. You were with Merrill Lynch. No, you were with Yeah, Merrill Lynch.
Morgan Stanley?
Morgan Stanley. Sorry, I was close. I knew it started with an R. Do you think this is going to come back down? Do you think this is the new norm? Do you think we're going to be experiencing inflation for years to come?
No. They'll correct.
Okay. Do you think in the next year?
2 years.
2 years? So we're gonna have a bit of a rocky road here, and then we'll level out. You don't think it's coming back down, though, right? You think this is the new normal?
No, I don't think it's a new normal.
No?
It'll come down to a higher level, maybe, but not where it used to be.
I mean, what are we at now? 7, 8, 10.
No way.
We're talking over a year from January.
What they say and what
universally across all products, we're at about 30 for the year, 30 to 35.
I think went up about 15.
Average it out, though.
That is averaged out across all. Some things are at 150, but yeah, we're averaged out to about 30. Ironically, the one thing that has not had any increase at all, prescription drugs, which was the only thing specified in the Inflation Reduction Act that was just passed. Go government! Sorry, go ahead. I just thought that was funny. No, but we're at about 30% increase overall consumer goods over the last.
I wonder if the price of marijuana has gone
That's
up.
a short period to reflect.
8 months. It is. It's a very short period. It's
Under very interesting circumstances.
and intense. You're right.
Nah. 2 years from now, it'll be back to 5%, at least for food. Let's put it that way.
Okay. All right, we've got a
Now,
prediction, guys.
healthcare and other stuff, whatever. I'm not expert in those fields. But
Gotcha. So you think it's all going to kind of simmer down,
yeah.
settle out a little bit? Okay,
Yeah.
that's good
Someone's
news.
going to assassinate Putin.
It's,
Just kidding.
Is he the only one that they're going to assassinate? No. It's a shame.
be cool.
Nope.
Man. Be cool. Assassinate's a weird word.
That is a weird
Yeah.
one.
Let's say it on the
Just shut
podcast.
down.
Let's we don't want to have to cut stuff out. I mean,
I asked you what words I can say.
it's apparently you can drop the F-bomb, but you
Not
can't say
you can say part of, like, you can say ass.
and then you can say innate.
Yeah.
Don't put them together. Don't you do it. Don't you, son of a. All right. So
Okay.
I feel like as I've been dealing with this last couple of years, distribution's gotten weird, but in a lot of ways better. Like I've seen a lot of interesting changes in distribution. Have you guys seen kind of like a streamlining in the distribution process? It seems like a lot of companies are starting to get like a real grapple on how to deal with challenging times. Like, I don't know, what are you seeing with your distribution partners?
I'd say more with our distribution, it's not a streamline, it's a functional change. Grocery stores are really going more to they don't want to deal with some of the lighter snacks and the lighter products being delivered into their home anymore. It's more expensive to just freight.
Okay.
And
So you mean like Amazon shipping a bag of pretzels?
exactly.
Makes sense.
So grocery stores are now getting smaller and smaller and closing locations, and they're only carrying core stuff that people want to make sure they go in and see when they buy. I want to see my steak. I want to see my seafood. I want to see my fresh vegetables sometimes.
Okay.
So the grocery stores are becoming a smaller, almost a farmer's market type of store, and the frivolous stuff like canned peas and canned beans and bags of Tostitos, and those things really don't need to be stored and shipped into these warehouses and grocery stores anymore. They can be shipped right to consumers.
Okay.
So that's what we're seeing is that people are happy now with buying that stuff online and getting that shipped right to their house from Amazon. Or from
And then they could probably buy a
get
box. Maybe they'll buy a
Yeah,
larger
they can buy a
box.
case.
And they,
And,
So the dry goods are really where
That's the delineation is happening where things that you don't have to, you're pretty sure what I'm buying is going to be what it's going to be. People are getting that.
Makes sense.
And when it's, I want to look at my filet, or I want to look at my fresh tomatoes, or I want to look at my whatever. Those type of things still have to exist in a natural farmer's market environment, but they have grocery stores are going to get smaller. So
it's actually a more practical approach.
it really is.
It
I mean,
actually
really.
is. It's wait, you don't buy your tomatoes online? I buy all my tomatoes online.
They always come around.
It's the only way I get them.
There's your sign. My wife goes to farms. She goes to about 3 different farms: the milk farm, vegetable farm, and there's another farm. Maybe it's just the milk farm and the vegetable farm. Yeah, we don't get any.
Well, I'll
Well-
tell you, we are lucky to live. It's a
We
very-
go to the butcher and we get, our deers and stuff butchered. But
Well, what I'm seeing is a huge separation between people that live in urban areas and people that live in rural areas. So we live near farms. Like, and we're lucky. Like, my eggs come from the lady who's actually picking them up from the chickens. Like, she's picking them up, putting them into a bag, and taking them to my house and driving them off my front porch. It's almost like the 50s, like when you used to get milk delivered to your house. The eggs just show up. I've got like 3 dozen eggs, and then she'll be like, I dropped them on your porch. She'll shoot me a text, and then we just pay her once a month. And same with like meat, we're going to local butchers, like you were saying, and vegetables, we go to the vegetable stands that come right from the farms locally. But we have friends that live in Brooklyn. We have friends that live in North Jersey. We have friends that live in Philly. They don't have access to any of that.
Yeah.
And it's becoming a very big, different way of living. That gap is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. We still have access to all this stuff, but sometimes they really don't, or the quality of access is terrible, or like you were saying, a lot of stores are shutting down or consolidating, so the frequency of access is much lower. You've got to drive a decent amount to go find tomatoes, whereas like you and I, we live in an area where
You find them outside.
there's 4 farmer stands within 3 miles of my house.
and the neighbor hands them over the fence.
Yeah, my next door neighbor has chickens. We don't buy eggs from him, but
And that's why I don't live in this city.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But I don't either. But I don't know. But it's becoming a weird scenario. It's going to be. I mean, we used to talk about food deserts, and I think they're going to get worse with shipping costs and with real estate prices in cities and with crime and with everything else. People aren't going to want to open a fresh produce stand in downtown Philadelphia.
Well, just go through Reading. There's no all the grocery stores have closed up.
Yeah, I think everything that's happening right now is making those food deserts 10 times worse because you're restricting access to healthy foods. And now, anyway, we're getting a little off topic here, but I mean, it's definitely a different world.
Well, we're still in the food realm.
That's true. We didn't leave food. We're doing okay.
Yeah.
We're doing good, Jimmy.
I mean, I'm just making an assessment.
No, I think you nailed it. Nailed it. All right, can I totally change topic real quick because I want to make Billy uncomfortable?
Okay.
So when are you guys going to start tracking your stuff on the blockchain? Like, I don't understand. Why
You have no scanner?
Technology. Like, move to the future, buddy.
There's no.
Yeah, where's the blockchain? Where's the evidence that was tracked on the Ethereum? But nothing? You got nothing. It's sad.
Well, it is tracked for SQF and FDA purposes for complete traceability.
You have so you have an SQ
In case we have a
code.
recall.
Oh, you
We
have
can
SQ
track our
codes.
product back and forward, every ingredient back and forth.
Okay. Now wait, do you have to report that out?
So that's
No,
oh,
not
so
report.
that's
We said
coming.
to have our own records.
So
we
they
can-
So
come
that
ask you-
I can
so
find
that's
out
coming
where
from the
every
top
pretzel
down.
went and where it is at this moment.
Really?
So blockchain is coming at you like from the top by demand, and they're pretending that it's going to go to zero.
Well, wait. So they're not doing a blockchain, but so how do you know where so is it done in batches? Like,
It's just done the way we use the ERP system, where everything that's going into every batch and mold, all lock coded, and everything is precise, and so we know everything product that was made with what certain oil and what certain salt and what certain blah blah blah.
Well, that's
So
all.
if
That's all.
someone says, "Oh my God, our salt was poisonous," I can look up and see everything that we ordered, everything was made. And I can track every.
Okay, where did
and
that
I can
system
track
come
every
from?
customer.
that's kind of awesome.
Is that a system you implemented, or is that like
Well, if
a
you mean by
requirement?
implemented, I paid the bill. Yes.
But was it required, or did you electively do it?
Throw our aiming.
Let's see if I can get him again. You got to get him 2-3 times in a row.
Don't lose your business. Is what Jimmy does. He pokes some projects.
So did you decide to implement that, or was that a
My
requirement?
brother and I decided that we knew we were getting there, and our financial software was not holding up anymore, and we needed something bigger and better, and we wanted to do that. So yeah,
And so how do
we
you
took on that endeavor, and it's been a 2-year process that's been
Do you like that? Do you think it's a good thing?
Yeah. No, it's a great thing.
Because
Well,
that's definitely
You're a small company,
blockchain.
it's tough.
Well,
That's
I'm gonna say
definitely
from a consumer
blockchain.
standpoint, That's a huge advantage. I mean, to know, like, you've
I mean,
never
look,
recall.
I'm not saying we didn't track it before the ERP. It's just the tracking was more manual, paper, and maybe take me 4 hours to find out where everything went. Well, with SQF, you have to know in 60 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, you got to be
Gotcha.
quicker and faster and more nimble on your feet. So it's like,
So literally
we
scan a
got-
barcode, and I can tell you what lot that came from, what oil was used in that lot. That's awesome. That's so cool. Is that all barcode driven? Is that how that works? Or at the end of the customer?
No,
point?
it's not all barcode driven by the end
No.
user. Nope, that's us with our knowledge inside.
You guys are sly boots.
They're like creating their own blockchain, and
It's not all.
it's a
blockchain.
unique
It's
blockchain.
not blockchain.
This is the way everyone else is doing it.
Stop
we're
making
not,
it
we're
about
not
blockchain.
unique in that sense. We're not unique.
I know you're not
So,
because
Jimmy, what I'm hearing is they have their own cryptocurrency that they're using. Is
I would.
that's
Well,
what
you
know how many
could.
tokens I already have?
He's totally tokening.
He
the
could-
tokens.
yeah,
They
he
come in
could-
little pretzels, not tokens.
Yeah.
Little tiny pretzels.
Yeah.
Digital pretzels.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh
make-
my
let's
God.
Make an NFT, a digital pretzel.
Yes, I say
I'd
so.
love to make an NFT.
Let's make an
I
NFT.
would love to make a unique
Well, let's make
NFT.
one. We
I
wanna
think
make a
so.
digital NFT
Yeah,
for-
let's just do
You
it.
know what? Anybody watching this show, if you're the first 100 people to send us an email,
You get-
we'll give you a free unique pretzels digital NFT.
NFTs.
We're gonna make them.
100.
I hope I'm on that list.
No, you don't get one. You can buy your own. You're rich. Actually, I have no idea if you're rich. I don't know. I'm just saying bullcrap. Let's totally make a unique NFT.
That'd be
And then that if you hold the NFT, you get like some perk. What's the perk going to be?
I don't know. Ship
The
you.
perk.
You have to think about that. We won't make you commit right now,
We'll figure
but
it out.
if people hold an NFT,
Some of those
you
other
have to
NFTs
have.
have like, oh, you're allowed in this special club, or you're
Ooh, the pretzel club.
Yeah, the Pretzel Club.
Pretzel club,
Does
right?
that get you a discount?
Yeah,
I think it would.
I think so.
I think it would.
Lifetime 10% discount if you have an NFT.
Wow.
We just figured out our NFT strategy. And of course, we're going to need a cryptocurrency to go along with that. And there's always an additional 10% discount if you use the unique
And
cryptocurrency
then,
to buy pretzels.
and you need a game, a pretzel game.
Of course, you need a game. We're going to make a game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be
Like you got to be the guy running the factory all by yourself, and you got to go from machine to machine, kind of like bar tapper. You got to put the dough in over here, and then
I
you got to
was
catch
thinking
it,
maybe
and then you got to
shoot-
catch it on the other side before it drops and breaks, and put it in the box and bag it, and then you got to come back so it doesn't go empty over here. So you got to run
I'm not
around.
going to lie. If you made that for VR, that would probably do really well. We could call it Pretzel Tycoon. Every character looks like Pretzel Tycoon.
Yeah, dude, we're on to it.
It might
Something.
have legs.
This is,
It's, we're going to have to cut
It
all
could
of
be
this,
boring.
Because this is patent
yeah, cut the tape. Cut the
patent
tape.
pending. Patent pending.
Cut the tape, Tyler.
No,
Cut the
patent
tape.
pending. Just say patent pending.
Oh, is that what you do?
I don't know. I've heard other people do it.
Yeah.
It seems sort of-
Perhaps that the pretzel shells are bullets themselves coming out of a gun shooting
Yes.
zombies.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, man. And then the guy.
We could call it the Walking Bread.
Yeah. Oh my God. And the guy, and then you have to have a partner because the partner's got to make your ammo, right?
Whoa,
if he
what is
mess,
that finger going
if
up to?
if the part,
ammo is he
if he's putting
I don't
stuff,
like what's happening right now. I'm
you're feeding the dough through the thing, right? So if you
Finger an asshole.
like it.
If you don't say it,
Oh
you
my
just imply
God!
it.
Yeah. This guy's so new at podcasting over here. Was this his first experience or what?
Cut.
Cut the tape! Cut the tape!
I don't think we can edit that out.
I think,
we can't edit any of this. It's just gonna
I-
happen. It's just a thing.
yeah, we definitely have to have a unique.
Luckily, nobody makes it to the minute 50.
Second. We could have a second
Nobody's ever
round.
made it that far in the podcast. We should be clear, guys. This will be our legacy, Billy. This is how it goes down.
That's why I came here today.
Although we
The
seriously
walking.
should work on
Oh my
this.
God, the walking bread. That's
Walking bread.
that's genius, man.
You're what? Patent pending.
Wow. We can
already,
do this.
He's already registering right now.
We can do
I'm
this.
signing up with the U.S. government.
Hey, we really can do this. So just so you know.
We could.
Walking bread. All right. All right, so we've got like 4 minutes left here.
Four.
I am good.
I've asked all the stuff I need to ask. I kind of want to go totally off topic here at the end. I know you're a big mining guy like me and Jimmy and not Tyler. How's it going? How's the mining?
Great.
Yeah, I don't think you mean it. I don't. You look uncomfortable. Should I not talk about it? We can pass off. We can
No, it's fine.
It's because you were mining Bitcoin through a company, right?
Correct.
And that made you millions of dollars. I'm not leading questions, I know, but
Are we getting on the government's policy here?
We don't
why
have to
they
get-
need to be shut down? Because they're the ones causing the problem, or not me.
Are you implying the government shut down your mining operation?
Yep.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my mining operation got shut down because the fucking government said U.S. citizens now can't mine anymore until we decide how we're going to tax you on it. So we're going to just halt this and dick you over until we figure out what we want to do about it. Thank you.
I only wanted to bring it up because that was messed up.
Why don't you hire somebody in El
spend more
Salvador?
money to fight the
Well, no,
government?
he bought,
El
you have to
Salvador.
understand, where he got here was he paid a company to buy him custom rigs and then co-locate them. And they would cover the cost of mining, so he paid a premium for the rigs. But it was a good deal. Like, I looked at what you did, and it was a heck of a deal. And the idea was they would
paid
mine
utilities. They hosted, and I got my Bitcoin, and they moved it.
Yeah. So
Everything was great until the government said, U.S. citizens now can't mine anymore because we're not sure if this is a security, right? SEC?
They love
And
talking
they
security.
just stopped them. And now the company said, we're going to make you whole.
So you were on like a 5-year contract, right? Is that how
It's
long
4.
it was? 4-year. And you were about 2 years in? So you were about halfway through your mining contract, and they shut down your contract before you made your money, even your initial investment back.
Yeah.
So that's messed up. That ain't right. That's
But if you're a guy mining in your basement,
You mean like Craig? Yeah. You can get away with it.
cut that.
cut the tape.
I don't mind. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know what a cryptocurrency is. I've never heard of it. What is that? Some sort of shell?
His name's Craig Smonaha.
Well-
Smonaha.
Classic. That's Smonaha. The guy you're looking for is John Wesley Newton. 500 West Lawn Avenue, West Lawn, PA 19609. Go get him. He's going to be surprised. It's going to be fun for all of us. He's got a Ring doorbell. We'll get it on camera. No, I did not want to bring that up to harass you. I just wanted to bring it up because Jimmy, I know Jimmy plays around with crypto, and Tyler has played with crypto. We've done a bunch. I would say everybody in this room is probably at some level a crypto expert. And we hear these stories, but you're the first person I've met that's actually gotten absolutely shafted.
Yeah.
On the crypto.
After dropping 6 figures in it.
Yes. No, he was, and he did it right. Like
all in.
When he
I
asked,
thought I was doing it the best way.
he even asked me about it before he did it, and I was like, I got to be honest, you're going to do great on this, unless the government shuts you down. I think I actually said that. I think I did it. Like,
Way to curse it.
Which
And
we laughed because neither one of us thought it was actually going to happen, but it happened.
So are you just stuck in limbo?
Yep.
Just
They
in
said they're
lim-
going to make us whole at some point. So we'll see where that ends up.
Which means it'll be a big hole in the ground when they do it. And then lit it on
I'll
fire.
be shoving dirt over
Yes,
my
exactly.
body.
Bury it. Circle of salt around
Burying
it.
myself.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you get in this hole. Here's a shovel.
Exactly. Pretty
hang
much.
hang tight, but in the meantime, just pull the dirt in.
Why don't you just climb in there too, buddy? Yeah.
Hey, you have any friends want to join you?
We are out of time. Jimmy, was there anything you wanted to ask Billy before we headed out here?
No, I don't have much to ask except for I'm hoping I get a NFT, your crypto.
That'd be pretty cool.
Pretzel coin?
I feel like
that out.
Pretzel
Yeah.
coin with the walking bread? It's
yeah,
good.
absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
a done deal.
Yeah, I think we should really work on this game.
Tyler, what did we miss?
I think we got everything.
We didn't really do a lot of cutovers this episode.
We didn't get the
I don't think we
chocolate
had
covered
anything.
pretzels.
Nah,
Really?
We didn't get
later.
that. We didn't get that bag open. Chocolate
We're
covered
gonna
pretzel
get
bag.
We're going to
Off camera, we're going to eat the heck out of all this. So, anything you want to talk about before we head out?
No, thank you guys for having me on here, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. It
Thank
was
you
good
for
seeing
coming.
you. Thank you for coming
Thank
on. Jimmy, Tyler, thank
Thanks,
you.
buddy.
William
Thank
Spannuth
you.
from Unique
Thank you.
Pretzel Bakery, thank you so much for coming on the show. And uniquesnacks.com. Go there and buy tons and tons of snacks. They
And just
are
eat
delicious.
pretzels till you die.
Yes, nothing else. Pretzel only diet. It'll guarantee to do something to your weight. All right. Thank you, Billy. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great night.
The Broken Agenda Podcast. Sponsored by Laughing Rock Technology.